We as committee members have not had enough time to properly consult with constituents, with hunters, with farmers who may be adversely impacted by this. And for this amendment, this very substantial amendment to drop on our lap at the 11th hour is an abusive process.
About the public safety and the proposition about around C-21, would you like to see, and in the NDP, see some models maybe being pulled out of the list that is submitted, or maybe some criteria that could be changed? What are your expectations around that? I understand that you are negotiating right now with the public safety ministers. What would you like to see?
Yeah, it's so. Since C-21 was first introduced on May the 30th, our understanding of the bill was that it covered three main areas. It was a handgun freeze, it covered a new proposed red flag regime, and also covered airsoft. We as committee members, we did hear a slight mention from the minister that they were proposing such an amendment at the beginning, but we never heard any particular details. And as a result, all committee members have never had the opportunity during committee testimony to tailor our strategy. The big problem with this amendment, I understand the good-natured intent behind it, but we as committee members have not had enough time to properly consult with constituents, with hunters, with farmers who may be adversely impacted by this. And for this amendment, this very substantial amendment to drop on our lap at the 11th hour is an abusive process, in my opinion. It needs more time for us to properly assess the impact. So I know this opinion is shared by a number of committee members, and we are doing our best to present some options, but we're not really there yet, is what I would say.
Now? Is it to remove some of the guns that are mentioned? I'm thinking of maybe the SKS that is largely used in the hunters community, or is it just to buy more time? What's the focus of the negotiation that is going on?
Well, I won't mention any specific models because, again, we're still in the middle of consulting and trying to develop an impact analysis on exactly what type of firearms are used by hunters and will these changes have an adverse impact on their lifestyle. We don't have this information yet. In fact, officials, when they first appeared before this committee, could not provide us this information because the government itself had not conducted its own impact analysis before tabling this amendment. So again, we like to make decisions based on facts and based on properly informed opinions of expert witnesses. We have not had the opportunity to engage either of those avenues with this amendment.
In principle, you are not opposed to what is being proposed to add some criteria about certain firearms and add a certain number of weapons to the list, but it's more in the way that it's being done.
In principle, I understand the intent behind it, but again, it's the process and the way it landed. We have not had the chance or the runway at committee to properly assess how it's going to impact a lot of people. And as you can see from public reaction, this has affected a lot of people personally. They're quite concerned. So I just want to make sure as a committee member that I'm doing my due diligence. And again, we had 8 meetings of witness testimony on C-21. We had a whole range of experts from law enforcement to people who represent victims' rights groups to people who represent the gun lobby. And they all said they all would have been valued in having some testimony on that.